10 myths on coin values that you need to know, because you're probably making one of these mistakes. So watch this video. Here's my website, portsmouthcoinshop.com. I have a lot of coins up. I have 90% silver. I also have some graded coins. I have more graded coins to come. Now up here is my email if you need some type of coin or something to fill a hole in your collection. That's not the email to send for coin questions. You actually want to go over to coinauctionshelp.com and go to the Coin Help community. And it is there where you can post and ask questions for help. These 10 myths are very important because people get this confused all the time. You need to know these. It's all about coin values here. First off, Etsy ads or any ads that's on Google, up at the top of Google or on the side when you're doing your search, is not what coins are worth. It's what someone is trying to sell it for. It has nothing to do with what they've sold for or anything like that. It's best to look for a price guide or buy you a red book or something like that. But I'll cover that in a minute. That kind of leads us into what someone is trying to sell a coin for is not what it's worth. That goes for flea markets, garage sales, eBay, any place that you can find, even a coin shop. Just because a coin dealer is trying to sell a coin for a certain price does not mean it's worth what he's trying to sell it for. And that includes them having holders with prices on them. You know, the little 2x2s will have a staple and they'll have rare or they'll have this huge value on it. That doesn't mean that's what that coin's worth. That's where sound research comes into play. When you do eBay sold auctions or heritage sold auctions or stacks or great collections, or go to other maybe other dealers and see what they're selling it for. That's one of the ways to see if a value is on par with what it's selling for. Now it's the red book is what my coin is worth. Well, not necessarily. If you don't know how to grade coins, then you have no idea which grade your coin falls in for that value. So you have to do some research and know what grade it is. So you use a photo grade. Also, red book can often be retail. Sometimes coins don't sell for retail. Maybe your coin's cleaned. Okay, maybe your coin has some problem with it you don't know about. So it's very important to know that kind of thing. PCGS and NGC may not be the value of your coins either, because if your coins aren't graded, there's no guarantee you're going to get that price out of your coin no matter how nice it looks. It needs to be in a PCGS or NGC holder. I have a lot of people asking me, I have this 1981D cent and it's really nice. Should I have it graded, or is it worth $1,000, or I saw it on YouTube? It has to be in that PCGS or NGC holder to command a great premium. It's a common coin. You find those coins all the time. You can find them in BU rolls. So it has to be in that PCGS or NGC holder, and it has to be that money grade. And you can find those money grades by looking at PCGS price guide and NGC price guide. But it's very difficult to get that grade. It can only be that grade to be that value you're seeing on the YouTube video. As a coin gets older, does it increase in value? Not always. Most of the time it doesn't. There are ancient coins that's not worth a bunch of money. And that doesn't mean that it's going to increase in value. If they stop making a coin, will it increase in value? Not necessarily. Most of the time it doesn't, because people start hoarding them. You know, if they stop making a certain coin, like let's say Canadian cents, well, people started hoarding them. They're not going up in value. They have a little bit of a premium, but they're not going up in value like you'd think they would. If the mint changes the design of a coin, will it be more valuable? Not necessarily. Let's take, for instance, the reverse of the Lincoln cent changed from a wheat reverse to a Moro reverse. Well, the 58 is no more valuable than the 59, or 59 is no more valuable than the 58. They made too many of them. Value is always going to be on demand. It's going to be on supply, and it's going to be on popularity of that coin. So my grandpa used to spend this coin, and look how much it's worth now. So if I keep my coins that I have now, when I'm grandpa's age, they'll be worth more value. Well, that kind of goes into if coin gets older, it's going to be worth more. Not necessarily. It was a different world back then. People were spending silver coins and gold coins and things like that. Or at least they had been for a while and might have quit. Depends on how old your grandpa is. So no, there's no guarantee that that's going to happen either. You know, our change now doesn't have any silver in it. Very rarely do you see a lower mintage. You've got the Privy marks for this year, for 2020. You have the W Mint marks from last year, 19. So those are going to be worth a little bit more. But they just make billions and trillions of our modern change that we use. So it's not one of those things where if they stop making it today, just dropped off and just quit. If people would continue to spend like they're doing right now, 25 years down the road, Maybe they'll be worth more because there'll be less of them. But what happens is when the mint announces they're going to stop making something, everybody hoards it. So it's just not going to be worth more in the future. Or pocket change, it's just they're going to keep making it. And like I said, it may take 200 years for it has a little bit of a value to it, but then again, it may never. Because there's just so many examples of coins that are old, there's just still too many of them around. Our first year of issue coins worth more money? Sometimes they are. A 16D Mercury dime is. As long as the mintage is low enough and it's a popular enough of a coin, then the first year of issue can have some value. But basically, let's say an 1892 quarter it's a barber quarter from the Philadelphia Mint is not extremely rare. It's not worth more because it's the first year. But it can also depend on the mint. So if it has an S or an O or whatever, then it can be worth a lot more. Like I told you before, it's going to be the low mintage, and then that causes a little bit of a demand because the supply is lower. And then also if the coin's a popular series to collect, then it'll cause it to have a lot of value, or can cause it to have a lot of value if it has a low mintage year. But I've seen a lot of coins low mintage just don't have the value, just don't have the popularity. This is the main one that I want to get across to everyone. What a coin is worth is what someone is willing to pay for it is false. A coin is worth what several people have paid for it. Basically, let's say we have a coin that's been around for a long time. We have an established standard value for each grade for that coin and that date and mint and whatever. Let's say the mint comes out with a new coin and people start paying a certain amount for it. Basically, the mint issue price is the beginning value of that coin. That can decrease or that can increase. But that also depends on whether that coin is popular, whether they made that many of them or not. It's no different than a 2019 S reverse proof Silver Eagle. Okay, enhanced reverse proof. That coin was basically an issue price of $60 some, and it skyrocketed. I mean, it was pre-selling for several grand. So it's going to depend on how popular the coin is. The Silver Eagles are very popular. You couldn't just do that with any other type of coin. They could have tried to do that with a Platinum Eagle and it wouldn't have worked. And what I'm trying to say is that it just depends on how popular a series is, how many are left of a coin, and that kind of thing. But people have to want it before there's going to be a value to it. And that's what's important. But people need it. People competing against each other, not just one person. So in other words, I can't just sell you anything and then tell the world that that's what it's worth because you bought it for that much. It doesn't work that way. I could sell you a dud car. I could sell you anything. It doesn't mean that it's worth what I've charged you for it. That's why it's very important to do a price guide search, do some sold item searches on auctions, archive auctions, and things like that, so that you can determine the value of your coin. Because it's not just a Google search. It's a little bit more than that. So anyways, thanks for watching my latest video. Please hit the sub button and have a great day.